Well, there we have it. Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk finally happened. And now we officially have an undisputed world heavyweight champion, and that is Alexander Usyk. That is right. The fight just happened on Saturday. There it is. A couple days later, the fight just happened. Alexander Usyk came up with the split decision victory. What a fight, man! What a fucking fight. Let me just start off by holding my hand high and saying I was wrong. I made a prediction video for this fight, and I said that I thought Tyson Fury would stop Alexander Usyk in this fight, and I was wrong. I predicted some things right. I predicted Tyson Fury would do some body work and try and work down the body, and he did. I predicted he would try to lean his weight on Alexander Usyk at some points, and he did. But what it ended up being was when he tried to lay his weight on Usyk. I think Usyk, because he's smaller than the guys that Fury's usually used to fighting, he couldn't really get a grip of him really well, so he couldn't do the leaning on like he did against the likes of Wilder, who is close to him, not only because Alexander Usyk was always on the move, not only was he so quick and explosive, but also because he was smaller, he was just hard to get a grip on. But I did predict those two things. Fury winning by knockout, well, not knockout, but stoppage. I was wrong on that. Alexander Usyk came out and he proved me wrong, but you know what? I'm happy about it. It is all good. I liked both of these men. I didn't really mind who won. I was cheering for Alexander Usyk, but I didn't mind who won. I just want to see a good fight, and a good fight it fucking was. Now let's discuss the fight a little bit. Alexander Usyk came out. He was the aggressor the majority of the fight. He was on the front foot. You know, you thought Tyson Fury would be on the front foot. He's the bigger man. He's the stronger. He's the bigger, stronger man. Weighs more. Was it? Tyson Fury was like 18 stone something. Alexander Usyk was like 15, 16 stone something. So there was a big weight advantage. You thought Tyson Fury was going to come forward and be on the front foot, put the pressure on, hit those power shots, push Alexander Usyk into a corner, and stop him. That's what I thought Fury's game plan would be, but Fury's game plan was clearly stay on the back foot and be the boxer and just work off a jab, which was fair. But Alexander Usyk was the aggressor. I'd confidently say about at least 75-80% of the fight. He came forward, he pushed the pace. He had great output. Now, at the beginning of the fight, he was giving more output than Fury, but then it turned out in the final, Fury gave more output than Alexander Usyk, but Usyk landed more punches. He landed the higher percentage of punches, but Usyk was given smart output. He was working the Fury's body. He was going to the head. He was kind of doing everything. He was coming in. You know, he was feinting. He was in and out. He was constantly on the move. He wasn't, standing still doing anything. Give Tyson Fury a chance to literally connect those shots. And even when Tyson Fury hit him with those shots, he came forward. And one major thing that I will admit I was wrong in this fight is I believed Alexander Usyk got proven a few times that he didn't have a weak body, but he definitely didn't have the strongest body. When it came to body shots, you could break him down, but he was taking some shots from Fury here. And he still continued to walk forward. He still continued to come through them, the headshots and the body shots, and still push it and hit Fury with his and hurt Fury just as much, if not more, as he was hurting Usyk. He didn't go away. He was still there. Round four, I believe it was. It was round four, round five was a good example where Fury won the round. Alexander Usyk, I think, threw a total of like two punches or something. But even though he wasn't throwing punches, he was still in Fury's face. He was still there. Fury was throwing the punches. But it was weird. Usyk wasn't throwing the punches, but he was still the one coming forward on the front foot, pushing him. Every time Fury hit him, he was still there. Hit him, he was still there. Wasn't, like I said, no punches were being thrown, but he was still in Fury's face. He was still not giving him let up. So he had the mindset of, okay, I need to rest off a little bit so I don't, get rid of all my energy by throwing punches. But if I can't also give Fury a chance to get up on the scorecards, but also I can't give Fury a chance to rest, because Usyk was obviously pushing Fury, hoping the Fury was going to gas after a little bit, because Usyk's cardio was so good that he was going to continue to push it, wear out Fury, and then do that. And that is what ended up happening, later on in the fight. But I believe it was round four. That was a good game plan from him. Now, me personally, I know a lot of people disagree with this, but there was a big thing about like who won what round, who should have won the fight, what the scorecards were, all this and that. Sorry, had to get a tissue there. My nose was wrong. No, yeah. So one thing that I believe, that a lot of people were very split on is the first 3 rounds. A lot of people had Fury winning the second. I actually had Alexander Usyk up the first 3 rounds. I gave the first 3 rounds to Usyk. Rounds 4, 5, and maybe 6, I believe, was Fury. Then obviously the fight continued on. There was a lot of times where Fury hurt Usyk, Usyk hurt Fury, or whatever. They hit each other with big shots. Um, and honestly, one thing in this fight that was blatantly obvious was who they wanted to win. They clearly wanted Fury to win this fight. The commentators were arguably the most biased commentators I've ever fucking heard. Usyk would be winning a round, and they'd be giving Fury credit for how much of a fighting champion he is for taking those shots, which he is. But to be given the credit towards him, then Fury would be on the round, and they would be saying, "Hi, Alexander Usyk can't get his way back in this fight." It was a completely biased fight from the commentators and all that shit. But it is what it is. That's boxing. People are gonna have their favorites. It continued on. Round 9 was the big decider, big factor, which was when Alexander Usyk almost did what the fuck we thought was impossible. He almost stopped Tyson Fury. He came out, he clipped Fury. Fury fell and bounced against the ropes. Then came up, he continued to go after him, continued to hunt him down, hit him again, bounced off the ropes. He got him in the corner, and he was about to fucking unload him. And as he was about to unload on Tyson Fury, the ref stepped in, and that's when he called it a knockdown, rightfully so, because the first shot Fury would have went down after, whenever he's bouncing off the ropes, he would have went down if the ropes weren't there. The ropes were keeping him up, so that was a knockdown. I do believe the ref stepped in not quite quickly, but I do believe he stepped in a little bit early. Because I believe Alexander Usyk should still have had the chance to go for it. Some suspicious activity from the referees. The referee, I don't know if he just doesn't know how to position himself around the ring, or he was really trying to help Fury out, but he walked in Alexander Usyk's way about 2 or 3 times while Usyk was trying to finish Fury. And I don't know if he just doesn't understand that, to stay out of the way of the fighters or whatever. But yeah, it was a really weird thing. Usyk shoved him out of the way at one point just to go for Fury. He shoved the ref out of the way. But yeah, so obviously I was kind of just knocked down. So then that was round 9, 10-8 towards Usyk. Round 11 I gave to Usyk. And round 12, I can't remember. I think I give it to Fury, possibly Usyk. I actually can't remember. It's been a couple days. But either way, really good fight. I think the right decision was made. I think Usyk won. I'm going to say it. I have my opinion. I want you to let me know what your opinions are down below. At the end of the day, I've heard so many different opinions about this fight. Everybody has their opinion. I believe Usyk won. I believe Usyk fairly won. I believe Usyk confidently won. I don't believe in the split decision. See the way one of those judges gave it towards Fury. I think they did that just to make it interesting. I think they did it just to make it interesting, and because they really wanted Fury to win. I don't think they wholeheartedly believe Fury won. I don't think Fury so wholeheartedly believe he won. So I believe Usyk was the right man to win. The split decision, no, I don't agree with that. One thing that I believe really messed up Fury in this fight, and this isn't even Fury's fault, I actually kind of feel bad for the guy. We got the audio from his corner throughout the fight. And now I understand the way Fury was fighting. Fury was taunting in the 12th round and, in multiple rounds and all this. And that is because after the audio was released, his corner was telling him that he was up and he was winning this fight. Which in my head, when watching that fight, I don't know what the fuck fight they were watching. Because to me, he was not up and winning that fight. And then Sugar Hill, obviously the main coach for Tyson Fury, is the one that Tyson Fury should be focused on, should be listening to. Then you've big fucking John Fury, which I don't know why the hell he was in the corner anyway, was shouting over Tyson's head coach and shouting in his ear. So then Tyson was distracted and everyone was fucking yelling. Sugar Hill actually had to ask Tyson, give me your attention here. That shouldn't be the case. You go back. Your main attention should be towards the head coach. But John Fury is fucking distracting. So I kind of feel bad for Tyson Fury in a way because his coaches fed him some bullshit, in my opinion. I don't know why the fuck they thought he was winning, but he was not winning that fight. And I think that's why he went out and fought the way he did and put his hands behind his back. I think if they had told him the truth and said, you're losing this fight, you're going to have to stop him, he would have went out there more aggressively and for everything, including the kitchen sink, and it might have been a different fight. But because he thought he was up, he decided, okay, let me clown around a bit, let me take the piss, put on a little bit of a show, when in reality he was down. So I think he's corner screw him a little bit there. I don't know why the fuck John Fury was in that corner, but I don't think he should be in the corner next time. Yeah, no. It was an interesting fight, man. There was kind of everything. It was a really good fucking fight. Both of the fighters fought very well. Shout out to both of them. Tyson Fury has now said that he wants to activate his immediate rematch clause, which I'm all for. I'm 100% for that. I think Tyson Fury is the man that has more room for adjustments for the fight. I think if they rematch, Usyk's going to fight in a very similar way. I think Tyson Fury is the fighter that has more room for adjustment because of the way Usyk fights, because he has the reach, the height, the weight. I think he has more room for adjustments, whereas Usyk kind of needs to fight a certain way because he is the smaller man. That is the lighter man as well. He has to fight a certain way. So I believe Tyson Fury has more room for adjustment in the rematch. I can't wait for the rematch. Honestly, if Fury wins, we get a trilogy. I'm happy enough. If Usyk wins and gets 2-0 on Fury, I'm happy enough. Either way, it's going to make fucking history. But the fight was 100% amazing. Like, I enjoyed the living shit out of it. Like I said, I don't agree with the scorecards. Like, everyone has their opinion. Like I said, I want you to let me know yours. I'm gonna give you my opinion on the night when I have not watched it back, but on the night when I scored it. Now, this might be a controversial one, but I've heard all sorts. I've heard one of my friends thought Fury won by 2 rounds. One of my friends thought it was a draw. One of my friends thought Usyk won by a round. The other one thought that it should have been stopped in the ninth. I don't think it should have been stopped in the ninth, but I think it should have been allowed to go ahead a little bit. Um, I'm the opposite of all them. I scored the fight personally. I scored the fight 8 rounds to Usyk and 4 rounds to Tyson Fury. If you really wanted to push it, 7 rounds to Usyk and 5 to Tyson Fury. But I actually scored it on the night, 8 to Usyk, 4 to Fury. Which give me the final score of 116 to 111. Obviously, 116 to 112 realistically, but then you have the 10-8 round in the ninth round because of a knockdown, making it 116 111. The reason I think this is my reasoning, and you could feel free to give your opinions down in the comments below. I want to see who do you think Usyk deservingly won? Do you think Fury won? Do you think it was a draw? What was the rounds that you scored? Give me your opinions, because at the end of the day, everybody thinks different. It all kind of depends on what you look at during the fight. I feel like a lot of people believed Fury did better in the fight than he did, in my opinion, because he landed a good couple clean shots, which were nice shots, and they were like highlight shots, but I don't think that made it close enough. In my opinion, the reason Usyk won is because Usyk was the aggressor for 80% of the fight. He was a smaller man. He was coming forward. He was the aggressor. He was putting the combos together. He landed a higher percentage of punches despite throwing less. In my opinion, he was throwing the better combinations. Tyson Fury, don't get me wrong, was throwing really beautiful fucking combinations. Nice body work, nice head work. There was a couple fucking uppercuts he got Usyk with, which were absolutely fucking nice. But Usyk would hit him with, say, couple punches, and then Fury would hit him with one, and then everybody, because Fury would hit him with like one power shot to Usyk's like 5 shots, they would kind of even that out and say, oh, that's kind of even to his 5. And I don't agree. I believe power shots are very important. I believe body shots and head work. I believe it all depends on how you box and how you hurt your opponent. And Fury obviously hurt Usyk a couple times, but I just believe that Usyk pushed the pace the entire time. He landed the better shots for more of the exchanges than Tyson Fury did. Not all of them, it was quite close, but more of the exchanges that Tyson Fury did. I believe he did good body work, good head work. He obviously got the knockdown in the ninth round, or was going to get it, ruled the knockdown. I just believe that Usyk won this fight. I believe he did everything correctly in this fight. I don't believe he actually had any flaws in this fight. His cardio was great. He continued to push forward. Even when Tyson Fury was hitting him with loads, he was still responding. In my opinion, I just don't see any other way that Usyk didn't win this fight. And like I said, you may not agree that I believe he won 8 rounds to 4, but I genuinely do believe that. I believe Usyk won 8 rounds to 4 on the night at least. I'll watch it back. Maybe I'll think different, but I'm confident with that scorecard because, like I said, like Fury landed some nice shots, but Usyk landed more shots, and to me, he landed the better shots overall, in my opinion. and he pushed the pace, and I look at that like if I'm judging it, I'm judging it like that. I'm judging who's controlling the center ring, and I'm also judging the fact that not only is Usyk coming forward, but he's also constantly active. Even when he wasn't throwing punches, he was almost as active as Tyson Fury because he was in his face, pushing him, pressuring him the whole time. I take that all into account, and I believe that's why Usyk was up, because those rounds were even, it was close. Usyk was given more valuable output, in my opinion. Fury might have given more output, but to me, Usyk gave more valuable output, in my opinion. And like I said, the final punch statistics, he landed a higher percentage. He threw less and landed more, so he did win. But that is mine, 8-4, 116-111, obviously being the knockdown. Yeah, that is my final scorecard for the fight. I want you to let me know down below, what was your final scorecard? What was the actual final score? How many rounds you got to Usyk? How many rounds you got to Fury? What rounds did you have for each? Let me know your opinions down below. Like I said, I have friends who think Fury won, it was a draw. Usyk won confidently. Usyk won by a point, whatever. I have all friends like that, so we all kind of have our own opinions, and I'm sure you all have your own opinions too. But let me know, because I want to see it. And immediate rematch. Who do you think wins the rematch? You think Tyson comes out and avenges his loss? Do you think Usyk comes out and gets that another win to prove that he was the rightful winner? What do you think happens? What do you think about Anthony Joshua looking on? You think Anthony Joshua wants that third Usyk fight after that? Do you think he wants Fury now? Let me know all of your opinions down below. But for now, that was my opinion of Usyk and Fury. What a fight it fucking was. Absolutely amazing. The fucking combat sports in 2024 has been absolutely insane, and I hope it gets even better. But for now, hope you all have an amazing day. Hope you all are thinking positive, and I hope you all are staying safe. And I will see you in the next one. So, peace.